Have you wondered why the government talk tough about a lot of stuff and then nothing gets done? Well, in this particular case, say for instance, we're talking about migrants coming over the channel. Well, even when the government decide what they're going to do, and it's not very often, I mean, they talk tough, but they talk a lot, and a lot of what they say never actually happens. But some of the problem is the back offices, the civil service. Now, the civil service, or people within the civil service, have been actively going out their way to scupper any plans to stop these people coming over the channel. The question we have to ask here is why? Well, I'll tell you why. These people are part of things like the Masons, and they're part of Common Purpose. Common Purpose being the worst of the two, funnily enough. If you think of Common Purpose as being the Reds, these are the Marxists, the commies. These are the ones that want to destroy this country because then they can rebuild it as, say, for instance, either a Marxist or a socialist. They've all got their, particular niche of what they are. Some of them are socialists, some of them are Marxists, some of them are communists, some of them are whatever. But they're in Common Purpose and they despise the country. They're the ones that will be pushing this Black Month. They're the ones that will be pushing this LGBT month. They're the ones that will be pushing all of these sick and poisonous and degenerate things within our schools. These are the ones that are pushing the worst possible things to happen within Great Britain. Why? Because they hate you. That's as simple as that. They despise the working classes. They don't like the rich either, unless it's their rich friends, and then they can overlook that. See, it's so funny because so many of these people call themselves socialist, and then they make a lot of money and have houses and nice cars and stuff, but they're still socialist, honest. But they all get lost in their, I mean, to be honest, they were easily corruptible. All you had to do is chuck them a few quid or give them a bit of power and off they went. But it always confused me how it is that one government could be taken over by another government and there wasn't this big transitional period where mistakes were made and stuff like this. And it is simply because the back offices run this country, and it is Common Purpose that has usurped these back offices. It's Common Purpose that have gone into everything. So you look at the ambulance service, police service, they're in the army, they're in everything else. But they're absolutely rabid within things like the civil service. And it is the civil service that run the day-to-day stuff of this world, or this country, I should say. So if you're wondering why this country is so bad, it is that the civil service has been demonstrably overtaken by people who just don't like the country, and they're acting in its worst interest. So when a Conservative MP calls them traitors, you have to wonder, what would you call them? Because at the moment, I don't trust most things. I certainly don't trust anything in government at the moment that's in a big party. Not at all. They're all bought and paid for. They all come out the same meat grinder, and they've all got their own interests at heart, and they don't care what happens to the country or you, because they think their money will take care of them, and they'll be able to lock themselves away in a gated community or in another country, and they'll be protected by the group that they serve. But the foolish people that they are haven't looked around at how many of these people, just like them, have been thrown under the bus when the time came to save the people above them. But there you go. I mean, if you look in Scotland, the likes of Nicola Sturgeon, if you look at, say, for instance, Tony Blair, and if you look at all the other people like that who have come into politics and literally taken a huge dump on their people and then left smiling, at some point they'll get dropped by the system when the system starts to collapse. I expect. I hope as well. But there it is. We are never going to stop these people coming over the channel. They want them there. They want them here because they serve a purpose. But at the moment, in every corner of the country, we have hotels full of men who don't like you. They don't like anything about you, your culture, your country. And they've only got the worst possible thoughts of their heart for you, which is nice to know. But I'll tell you in another video why it is I think they hate us so much. Anyway, go on, girl, because I've got to sneeze. Oh, no, came too quick. No, all right. I'm going to do a video why I think these people hate us so much. And because I've been doing a lot of history lately, and I've already known it, but there you go. So I'll do another video about that. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I thought I'd take a drive. Take my trailer out for a walk. I've got a 16-foot beaver tail trailer on the back. It doesn't get out very often, so you've got to periodically take them for a drive to make sure they're all good. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit.